Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Brexit talks moving into focus as key deadline looms next month. Analysis http ntvforex.com News ID 10ACAA 97 2020 10:34 8 am Notes Observations Recovery in German industrial production slowed in July. Focus turns to ECB's rate decision on Thursday to see if policymakers would introduce yet more stimulus. UK said to be prepared for a no-deal outcome in current Brexit talks, with mid-Oct seen as the line in the sand for any agreement. Taiwan exports surge ahead. US ban on sales to the Hawaii comes into effect in mid-September. Asia-China AUG trade balance registered a larger surplus $58.9 billion v $49.4 b exports YY 9.5% v 7.5% e imports YY 2.1% v 0.2% e coronavirus total global cases 27,003,973 3.0% versus Friday death toll 882.1 k 1.7% versus Friday. Europe UK PM Johnson expected to warn the EU that if there is no breakthrough Brexit deal by October 15, Britain will accept no deal and move on. UK said to be planning new legislation that will override key parts of Brexit withdrawal agreement and risks collapsing trade talks with the EU. UK chief negotiator Frost stated that Britain would not blink in Brexit talks this week and the country would not become a client state of Brussels by accepting restrictions on fishing and vetoes of national law. Reports that Britain had ramped up Brexit no-deal prep, with senior UK figures putting the chances of getting a deal at LT 20%. German IFO Institute German industry sees production increasing slightly in the coming months. America's U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin said he expects a government funding bill to cover U.S. agencies through the beginning of DIS, expected details to be firmed up by the end of the week. Fed's Powell today's jobs reports was a good one. Jobs are growing faster than many had expected. The economy will need low interest rates for years. Energy Saudi Arabia cut its Oct official selling price for Arab light crude exported to Asia by $1.40 barrel. Price was at a 50-cent barrel discount against the Oman Dubai price. Speakers fixed income FX commodities Iratum equities indices STOXX 600% at FTSE 1.24% at 5,871.25, DAX 1.13% at 12,988.30, CAC 41.04% at 5,016.76, IBEX 35.53% at 7,027.00. FTSE MIB 0.97% at 19,578.50, SME 0.66% at 10,249.84, S&P 500 futures 0.26%. Market focal points. Key themes. European indices open higher across the board. Better trading sectors include financials, materials and energy sectors. Among underperformers, B Group confirms offer for Aegis. Reportedly Sanofi considering spin off of ingredients unit. Quiet session expected with US and Canada closed for holiday. Equities. Consumer discretionary. Associated British Foods ABF.UK 4% trading update. Healthcare. Dechra Pharmaceuticals DPH.UK 6% earnings. Technology Future PLC FUTR.UK 18% trading update. Materials. Sylvania Platinum SLP.UK 8% earnings. Speakers. EU chief Brexit negotiator Barnier expressed concern over the current negotiation environment as UK sought the best of both worlds. Had no comment regarding financial press reports that UK was planning legislation that could override the withdrawal agreement. UK government spokesperson working hard to resolve outstanding issues with Northern Ireland. Protocol will continue to approach in good faith. Poland's central bank Slon reiterated stance that sees interest rates seen holding steady under baseline scenario but could cut interest rates again if consumers' confidence fell sharply. Currencies. Fixed income EUR/USD was little changed in quiet holiday trading. Dealers noted that the recovery in German industrial production slowed in July. Focus turns to ECB's rate decision on Thursday to see if policymakers would introduce yet more stimulus. Recent jawboning by ECB officials over the euro's rise has helped calm the greenback after its test two-year lows in the pair at 1.20 level. Pair at 1.1830 by mid-session. GBP was weaker over press reports that UK was planning new legislation that would override key parts of Brexit withdrawal agreement and risks collapsing trade talks with the EU. Talks enter the eighth stage this week with reports that UK PM Johnson to warn the EU that if there was no breakthrough Brexit deal by October 15, Britain would accept no deal outcome and move on. UK said to see only a 20% change that talks to result in an agreement. Economic data to Germany July industrial production 1.2% v 4.5% EYY 10.0% v 7.4% No Norway July industrial production 2.5% v 1.8% prior YY 7.4% v 3.1% prior No Norway July manufacturing production 1.8% v 0.2% prior YY 6.1% v 7.1% prior 5 Finland July preliminary trade balance A 0.4 b v A 0.2 b prior ZA South Africa OG gross reserves $55.8 billion v $58.0 b net reserves $50.5 billion v $48.5 b DK Denmark July industrial production 5.6% v 4.0% prior O Australia OG foreign reserves $59.7 b v $60.0 b prior CH Swiss OG foreign currency reserves 848.3 billion Swiss francs v 847.0 b prior at Austria OG wholesale price index 0.1% v 0.9% prior YY 4.0% v 4.6% prior CZ Czech July national trade balance CZK 13.4 BV 5.7 BCZ Czech July industrial output YY 4.9% v 6.8% E construction output YY 10.4% v 11.5% prior UK OG Halifax house price index 1.6% v 1.6% prior 3MY 5.2% v 3.8% prior record high CN China OG foreign reserves $3.165 TV $3.174 TE fifth straight monthly increase SE Sweden OG budget balance 19.8 billion Swedish kronor v 34.4 b prior SE Sweden Q2 current account balance 63.2 billion Swedish kronor v 75.5 b prior CH Swiss weekly total site deposits 702.9 billion Swiss francs v 701.6 b prior domestic site deposits 633.2 BV 636.5 B prior ZA South Africa Q3 BER consumer confidence 23 V30 ETW Taiwan OG trade balance $6.5 billion v $6.3 B exports YY 8.3% v 0.8% E imports YY 8.5% v 0.5% EU Eurozone September Centix investor confidence 8.0 v 10.5 ESG Singapore OG foreign reserves $327.5 billion v $321.4 billion prior fixed income issuance LX Luxembourg opened its book to sell euro-denominated 12-year sustainability bond guidance seen 5 bps to mid swaps looking ahead IL Israel OG foreign currency balance no ESTV $157.7 billion prior IT Bank of Italy report on balance sheet aggregates e.g. Egypt OG net reserves no ESTV $38.3 billion prior gross official reserves no ESTV $38.3 billion prior CO Colombia OG consumer confidence no ESTV 32.7 prior MX Citibanamex survey of economists 0530 day Germany to sell a 4.0 B in 6-month bills 0530 NL Netherlands Debt Agency DSTA to sell a 2.04.0 B in 3-month and 9-month bills 0530 ZA South Africa announces details of upcoming IL bond sale held on Fridays 0600 IE Ireland Q2 GDP QQ no ESTV 1.2% prior YY no ESTV 5.1% prior 0600 IE Ireland Q2 current account balance no ESTV A 14.6 B prior 0600 IE Ireland July industrial production no ESTV 12.4% prior YY no ESTV 5.1% prior 0600 IL Israel to sell 2025, 2029, 2030, 2037 and 2051. Bonds 6 tranches 0600 RO Romania to sell RON 500M in 3.7% 2024 bonds 0645 US daily LIBOR fixing 0700 MX Mexico June gross fixed investment 23.6% EV 39.7% prior 0725 BR Brazil Central Bank Weekly Economists Survey 0730 CL Chile AUG trade balance no ESTV $1.2 billion prior total exports no ESTV $5.8 billion prior total imports no ESTV $4.7 billion prior copper exports no ESTV $3.1 billion prior 0730 CL Chile AUG international reserves no ESTV $3.7 billion prior 0800 PL Poland AUG official reserves no ESTV 13.8 B prior 0800 UK Daily Baltic Dry Bulk Index 0800 ES Spain Debt Agency Tesoro announcement of size on upcoming issuance 0850 FR France Debt Agency AF to sell a 4.65.8 B in 3-month, 6-month, and 12-month bills 3 tranches 0900 RU Russia AUG official reserve assets $590.5 BV $591.8 billion prior 0900 in India announces details of upcoming bond sale held on Fridays 0945 EU ECB weekly QE bond buying update 1030 TR Turkey AUG cash budget balance try no ESTV 30.8 B prior 1600 US weekly crop progress report 1901 UK AUG BRC sales like for like YY no ESTV 4.3% prior 1930 Australia ANZ Roy Morgan Weekly Consumer Confidence Index no ESTV 90.2 prior 1930 JP Japan July Labour Cash Earnings YY 1.7% EV 2.0% Poirier revised from 1.7% Real Cash Earnings YY 1.8% EV 2.1% prior revised from 1.9% 1930 JP Japan July Household Spending YY 3.7% EV 1.2% prior 1950 JP Japan Q2 Final GDP QQ 8.1% EV 7.8% Prelim GDP Annualized QQ 28.5% EV 27.8% Prelim GDP Nominal QQ 7.6% EV 7.4% Prelim 1950 JP Japan July Current account balance BOP basis A 1.886 TEV A 167.5 B prior adjusted current account A 1.445 TEV A 1.049 T prior trade balance A 172.2 BV A 77.3 B prior 1950 JP Japan AUG Bank Lending YY no ESTV 6.3% prior Bank Lending X Trusts YY no ESTV 6.4% prior 2100 Australia to sell a $100M in 2.5% 2030 bonds 2130 Australia AUG NAB Business Confidence no ESTV 14 prior business conditions no ESTV 0 prior 2330 HK Hong Kong to sell 3-month and 6-month bills 2335 JP Japan to sell 5-year JGB bonds. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me mt5.expert.advisors.